Sarah Finnegan on bars has such beautiful form. Watch her toe point. She just maintains it from the start of the routine all the way to the end, even on the most difficult elements and transitions. Watch the finishing touches in this routine. From the fingertips to the tips of her toes, everything is so precise. Just impeccable toe point throughout this routine. Really nice to see the polish there. Now, we've thrown the word around perfection a lot. She has such perfect feet throughout this routine. Oh my gosh, and these landings. It's just the stretch in that laid out position with the toes pointed throughout the entire skill from the board. Squeezes those legs together. But unlike some of the routines where I could find little deductions with the feet, just not quite pointed, a little flat. But there are some routines that have little flaws in them that should also be deductions, cumulative deductions. Sarah doesn't have any of those. So this is when you wish they could give bonus, because there are things she is so superior with in this routine. And this is the part of the routine where they should really give her some points back, because she's just so exquisite in the presentation. And watch. Those are picture perfect. A photographer's dream on those leaps. You literally couldn't get a bad picture. Look at the photos you could take. If I just had a camera, you rarely catch her in a bad position. Makes this routine stand apart. She goes up on high toe. There's the back handspring layout. Step out. Look how high she goes up on toe. Look at the high toe work. This is what sets her apart. And every time those feet leave the beam, they do so with extension and toe point. So watch for perfection here. The toe point, the straight legs. Sarah showing off her trademark toe point, form, elegance. But watch the details, the beautiful toe point, the posture, the hand gesture. Look at the toe point, the turnout of the leg. Like a ballerina on beam. It was gorgeous. Just gorgeous toe point. And it's not like an afterthought. The moment the foot leaves the floor, just immediately points. She has gorgeous posture. You will never find her in a position where the toes aren't pointed. Whether in the pose or in transition, every time the foot comes off the floor, it points. It's gorgeous. Notice how her toe point stays completely pointed throughout. Floor work, steps. Can't get any better than that one. And watch her footwork. Every time each foot leaves the floor, it points and stays pointed until the next step. See that foot just point the moment it leaves. The strength in her feet is what I love. The moment the foot leaves, they point, but also gives up no little wobbles. Perfect footwork. She has such strength in those feet that she controls the bounce of the floor, gives away nothing in foot faults. Perfect form. Got the tumbling and the landings and the precise footwork throughout. There is not a point in that routine that she's out of place. The form and precision is just exquisite. Toes pointed, legs straight. And look at the height. I believe this is the highest I've ever seen Sarah. Up on high releve there. Perfect form, legs together, toes pointed. Legs perfectly together, toes perfectly pointed, and no movement of the feet. As beautiful as it gets. Very nice position on both of her leaps, especially with the toe point. Some gymnasts really lose that at the height of their leap. Watch this 1.5 twist all the way through, to a 2.5 twist. Legs never separate. Perfectly straight, toes perfectly pointed. Really exquisite form. Legs together. The toe point is to die for. Perfectly poised position. Now watch.
Oh, beautiful.
That is absolute perfection. Beautiful position on that switch half. Never loses the toe point. High double back to finish. Toes even pointed in the air. And a perfect landing. Pass and a pike double back. Perfectly pointed toes. Pike double back, toes pointed.
Oh.
And her last pass was a pike double back. Toes pointed in the air. I love it. And you guessed it, she's going to point her toes as she flips twice.
We talk about polish. I mean, here's a young lady who's pointing her toes throughout to double back somersault.
This is in her training when it is developed from the time they walk into the gym throughout their entire developmental career. It's just locked in, and it's not just a concentration, it's a strength. And these, gorgeous. Look at that. Beyond the split, that's why we see it. A natural beam worker. Look at the position of the leaps in the air. Perfect split, perfect toe point. The beautiful ending pose. So nicely done. Look at the feet. They're just exquisite. A very pretty vaulter. Look at the toe point throughout. Very elegant in the air. Legs squeezed together, toes pointed. Absolutely. The toe point especially here. Such beautiful form and precision, particularly with her feet. Look how she has this long neck, shoulders stay down, such gorgeous extension from start to finish. Look how spectacular her leg form is. The toe point is impeccable. And a beautiful double layout. Notice how her legs never came apart. Not in the giant, not in the double layout. What is the best part of that vault is her form. She is so technically perfect in terms of her form. Straight legs, pointed toes. Let's see if she can maintain that laid out position throughout. She finesses the landing to... Sarah rarely gives up anything in terms of form deductions. Look how straight her legs are, how pointed her toes are, and together, it's impeccable form. Look how straight her legs are, her toes are pointed from the time she takes off the board to the time she lands. On this ray, toe on reverse hack. Look at the toe point. I'm almost blinded by that. 2 feet above the bar. It's impeccable, impeccable toe point. So exquisite, 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 really exquisite form. When you got it, you just have to flaunt it. Just the total package, really.